Wanted to do my race director recap for the Quarry Shack 5 miler. Actually got this year's shirt on. It's a pretty cool shirt. Um, Overall, I think it went pretty well. I was kind of nervous going in how people were going to react to the new inflatables and some of the things that I do. Because each year I've been wanting to do some different things and mix things up to see what people like. If you don't know, like the first year, I went out and bought a couple $100 worth of like Dollar Tree Halloween decorations and put them along the trail. I thought that'd be cool to have like a bunch of different trail things along the trail, but people really couldn't see them or get the full effect of like Halloween because they were so small. So I switched it up for a couple years, did some little bigger things, and then the last couple years I did some like little animatronic moving things that you can buy at like Spirit Halloween or on Amazon, animatronic stuff. Those went well, but then again, you couldn't really see them on the trail until you got up really close to them. So it didn't give really a wow effect. So this year I went bigger and I went less but more approach. I got 8 new inflatables for along the trail. And these are like self-contained inflatables. That was one of the issues that I had before as well, is with inflatables, there's really no way to power them, except with like generators. Then last year, actually found this battery pack that they sell from like China or some third world country, that you can actually plug. You take like the end off the inflatables and it plugs into this battery pack. So that allowed me to have the inflatables as a standalone on the trail instead of just at the start or finish line or even at the other end of the trail, like the turnaround. So that was one of those big obstacles that I've been wanting to do, and hoops that I had to go through to figure out, because I couldn't buy 8 or 10 generators themselves just for inflatables, because that would have been like 5-6 grand alone just for portable generators. So these battery packs are like $40 a pop, 45 maybe right now. Price always varies. So I was able to put the actual like big inflatables on the trail, like some 8 feet, some 10 feet, 6 feet wide. One or two were maybe only 4 or 5 feet high, but it was something different I wanted to try. And I figured with these inflatables, I think each of them had some kind of light source inside of them. And being bigger, I put them on like straighter stretches of the trail, so you can actually see them from a distance. So like, I'd put them on a stretch where you'd be able to see for a tenth or two, so you can get that effect and know something's coming up on the trail instead of like 2 feet from you. So it gave it more of a wow effect, and people really responded well to that this year. So I was very happy with that it worked out, because I spent way too much money on that stuff. So I was really hoping people would like it. I think I spent like $800-900 this year on some new things. I also got some lanterns that I used around the start and finish line that have some kind of like cool old school, like headless horseman, Ichabod Crane type lanterns, that people would use in like Halloween type movies to light their way. So I like those. I got a new photo background for the awards, and I'll tell you what, that looked amazing. I can't tell you how amazing some of those award pictures looked when you zoom in on the faces. Maybe not so much the bodies, but when you got real close up, those looked really awesome. So I'm definitely happy with those, how they turned out. Just the color scheme itself was very good. I like the awards this year. I got a deal on them. They're bigger than the last few years, but I got they had a deal going, so I was able to size up for like the same price. So happy with that, how they turned out with the design. Um, then the finish line, start line arch this year. We got some banners for that found online. I thought it gave it a nice little Halloween theme. People would like. Hopefully they liked it. It seemed to go over well as well. Um, just to keep with that night race Halloween, you know, I don't want to say scary theme, but kind of wanted to make it a little bit more darker and not necessarily scary, but not all Halloween fluff like some other races do. So, plus it being a night race, it gives it more of a spooky feeling, and the arch just had that essence to it as well. At least I think. So that worked out pretty well. I had way more help this year than I've had in the past, so that made things go a lot smoother for setup and tear down. I think tear down, we were done, and as soon as the awards were done, we were out of there in maybe 20 minutes at the most. So that was awesome. Setup, got there about 2:30ish, and I was done around 5, so like 2.5 hours to set up. What else? I had like 3, I think there was like 4 people helped. 3 people mainly, but then one other person helped a little bit, so 2.5 hours with 4 people. Now that I know what I'm doing, I can set things up a little bit quicker. So that was nice, you know, setting up quicker and actually getting done before registration opens. If you know from the past years, I've been rushing my ass around until the actual start of the race to get things set up, because I just underestimated the time it takes. So this year I was actually able to relax a little bit around 5, maybe a couple minutes after 5, and actually eat my lunch/supper before the race started and socialize a little bit with the runners that came. So that was huge this year to be able to actually do that compared to past years. I went a little bit lighter on the food this year because in years past I bought all that like food and half of it came home with me, so I went a little bit lighter this year, and I still had a bunch left. Same with water. The atmosphere overall, I want to say, was pretty good. People seem to really enjoy it, which makes me happy. I got a lot of compliments this year about the arch and the inflatables. They really enjoyed the inflatables. I don't want to say this is going to be like the final version, but it's going to be pretty damn close, I think, how I'm going to have it set up from now on. Obviously, I'm going to move the inflatables around from year to year, because I'm not going to go and see how where I place them each year. I might buy 1 or 2 here or there to replace one, because I know like one of the older ones I had, the fan died, so I'm going to replace the fan, see if it works. If not, I'll just replace it, because I had the 2 ones that were at the start finish line before I got the arch. I just had them on the gate, and one, like I said, the fan died, so that was kind of crappy, but at least it wasn't out there on the trail. Just like I said, is the battery packs really allowed me freedom to have the inflatables now and go bigger, and make things more exciting, because pretty much that was the hold up before, I'll be honest with you, was finding a battery source for inflatables, or else I probably would have done it a couple years ago instead of buying those animatronics and wasting money on them. I mean, I guess as long as the weather's good, but I could always put like a plastic bag or something to cover them up. And instead of decorating the train as I did in the past, like I just used that photo backdrop that like professionals use. I had like the stand, and I had a cool Halloween backdrop. I think that's the way to go, instead of trying to tape stuff to the train. And even those like not self-inflating, but self-contained inflatables that I had. Um, I only put up 2 this year, the black cat and the one little arch. Um, People really didn't seem to notice about those not being there this year, and I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to get rid of those because they're just a pain in the ass to inflate. They take forever to inflate, and then to deflate them, you can never get all the air out. It takes like 20 minutes per one just to get all the air out to put it away. So they're really not worth it. Plus, they don't really have lights in them, or once it gets dark, they're not really the greatest standalone thing. So, probably going to discontinue them as well. I'd like to get some cooler stickers next year, maybe. Get some bigger ones as well. And again, just replace 1 or 2 inflatables or add 1 or 2 more. But I do like how the arch, so I'm probably not going to change that. Just somehow get the word out. So if you like the race, it's going to help me get the word out, because I would like to get 100 plus, push 150 next year, at least get 100, but I'd like to get up to that 150 range, just to make things more exciting. So that way I can actually buy some more stuff as well for the race. As I always tell people, I put this race on because it's a race that I would want to participate in, and I do things that I would like to see or have done at a race that I participate in. So it's more or less for the runners over anything else. So always hope they have a good time. Plus, it's a safe course. It's a closed course at nighttime, so runners don't have to worry about tripping or anything like that, because it is rail trail. And I think my buddy John did a really good job again at the back half of the course. He does the house, the Quarry shack itself, like lights it up, mans the aid station, and does the turnaround. I think that's set up pretty good. I do like the inflatable that I used for the turnaround with the big arms on the trail and the triangle, so people know exactly where to turn around at, and they can see the triangle's reflectiveness before they get there. I think that's about it. If anybody has any questions, comments, things that they would possibly like to see, because I always do want to hear people's input, or if they have any complaints that I might be able to fix, or suggestions that they would like to see that I can try to improve on. I'm always happy to hear that. Again, the t-shirt design this year looked pretty good. I did try a few new things with that this year. Again, I tried if you wanted a shirt, try to keep registration low. You had to buy the shirt for, I think, like $10 more than whatever registration was at the time, because not everybody wants shirts. I also did what was it, 10 and under for free. I thought that might draw some people in, but only got a couple people who used that, so got to get the word on that a little bit more. Some things like that. Just want to switch things around. Bring in some more families, because again, it's a nighttime race where kids can actually run at night for free and get a cool experience as well. So, trying to think what else I did this year. That might be about it. I know I'm missing a thing or two, but every year I switch things up, and without looking at the computer, I can't really remember, but definitely pleased with how it went. I know I'm a little bit tired. You can see the bags under my eyes. That's why I'm not too excited right now, but definitely happy with how it went. How smooth the registration went, how smooth setup and teardown went. Really can't be happier about that. Just in general, how people reacted to the new things this year really did make me happy that it actually did work out, and they actually liked it. being able to see things more, because let's be honest, you could have 1,000 different things along the trail, small or big, and half of them are really not going to get noticed just because people are running and racing. I know some people aren't; they're just out to have a good time, but um, it is kind of hard to stop and enjoy while actually participating in a race. So I do understand that. Um, so not everybody gets to take in the full effect of what's out there, but I just like the fact that it's a night race on a closed course, um, on a rail trail where people could feel safe and run safe. Um, it just gives that spooky vibe as well with the Quarry Shack and how I have things set up. Um, I don't know. I guess that's about it. So yeah, if you like the race, spread the word. Invite your friends, invite your family, tell other people. Because like I said, is I would like to hit over 100 next year. I'm going to definitely add a few more things here or there, little tweaks. Nothing major. Like I said, just another inflatable or two, maybe. Change up some lighting. Um, who knows what else I might come up with, but um, always looking to improve, and hopefully everybody made it home safe. As I told people before they left, be safe because there's a lot of deer activity on 22 right now. Yeah. Again, any complaints, suggestions, concerns, compliments, please let me know, and hopefully I will see you at one of my other two races in the next couple months.